Alright. This Commute chat might look a little bit different. Your view might be a little strange. I'm not on the CT125. I'm actually on a 2022 Suzuki DRZ400. It's not mine. It's mine for the week. But I'm having some fun with it. So this actually belongs to my friend Tyler. He came up with his girlfriend on their way to Maine to visit her family. And we got to ride mountain bikes and motorcycles a little bit together. And since he didn't want to haul this the rest of the way to Maine, I got him to leave it with me for a week. Said I could ride it back and forth to work. So that's what I'm doing. It's quite a bit different than the CT. First off, it sits quite a bit higher. It has way more ground clearance, obviously, as this is like a proper dual sport motorcycle. Or traditional. Let's say traditional. The CT is proper. The other major difference from the CT is that this thing is 40 horsepower. The CT, as you all know, is 8. So I'm riding a bike right now that's literally 5 times as powerful as the CT125. But it's a give and a take. This might be more powerful, but when Tyler and I were riding on the road, I mean, truly, like, he had a little more to give, but you know, the CT can hang in there anytime that you're going the speed limit. So it's really not that much different in that regard. I would say that I have a little bit I have more like accessories out of my dash. Like, I have the USB port that I put in. Mine has a fuel gauge. I don't think that this has a fuel gauge. If it does, I don't know how to find it. But this thing sure is nice. It's fast. It's so powerful. And obviously the suspension is just so smooth. You hit anything, any sort of little bump, it just feels like you're rolling over stuff, like tiny pebbles. It's incredible. But I would also add that it's not quite as utilitarian as the trail. I mean, it's not anywhere near as utilitarian as the trail is. The trail, I have the giant rack, and even with my Apache case on it, I can still put a bag or groceries or, you know, a bag of dog food. Like this, like, I mean, you're limited to what it is. That dude was ripping in his old Mustang. But, you know, you get back into some gnarly stuff and you're gonna have a really good time. I mean, this thing is meant to be dual sported. And it's not struggling at all. And it really, like, honestly, the seating position, the weight, the way the weight is centered, I mean, this feels so much like my V-Strom in a lot of ways. A lot of really positive ways. I should mention, if you like real, like, super cool off-roading videos, like, with lots of, like, style and speed, you gotta check out my buddy Tyler's YouTube. He's made some really cool stuff in the last couple months. Like I said, he's got all the style in the world, so definitely check him out. We're at work now, but we'll be taking this thing out to Bank Creek later. Get a little better acquainted with it on some dirt. tell you what I think of it. Alright, we're out of work, heading home, and I figured why not ride this further up the parkway to Bent Creek Gap so that I can hop on the gravel and ride home that way. That way I can give this thing a little test off-road and give you an idea of what I think about it. Lots of cars out this evening. Although I am out a little earlier than usual. I put a full tank of gas in this morning, or filled it from about a quarter of a tank, which was almost 2 gallons. Tyler did warn me that at about 80 miles you'll be nearing the bottom of your tank, and that you can flip it to reserve if need be. But we're not going that far, so it doesn't matter. Got Sir Brakes-A-Lot in front of us. Now we're free and clear of traffic. And we're just cruising up the parkway. I have to say, it's really nice to be able to go fast uphill. That is one thing compared to the CT that I like this more. I like being able to hold my speed and really rip up the hill. I've caught some other riders on my way up the parkway here. Weather's perfect right now, mid-70s. The sun looks beautiful, nice blue sky, a little bit of clouds, but not really that many. Alright, we're in Bent Creek. This is Bent Creek Gap right here where the bridge is. And here is the bike. You can see this thing is just beautiful. Circle it here so you guys get a better view. DRZ400. My friend Tyler has a waterproof pack on here. He's got a mount for his GPS, his Garmin Zumo. And then really basic controls. I mean, turn signal, gear indicator, or neutral indicator I should say, high beams, oil temp. That's it. Let's ride some gravel. I mean, I gotta say, like, this isn't smooth by any means. Like, this is all rough, but this thing just trots right along. It's balanced really well weight-wise. I gotta say, Tyler was right. I do love this thing. It's just so nice off-road. It's so smooth. I know I keep saying smooth. I guess what I mean is the suspension really just soaks up all these bumps. But I will say that this seat is horrible. People complain about the Honda Trail saddle. This is much worse. This is so narrow, and I'm like, you know, my hips are very narrow. So like, it's fine for me, but I'd have to imagine that somebody with wider hips would be very uncomfortable after a long day on this. Or at least that would be my assumption. Maybe I'm wrong. But I've got a feeling that I'm not. I feel like I'm riding this like rather conservatively, and that's you know, there's several things to that. One, this is not my motorcycle, so if I laid it down I'd feel horrible about it. Two, I don't have that much time on it, so I don't feel super comfortable to really fly. I did a couple times for some videos I took back there, but I would need more time on it to feel real comfortable. I mean, I feel comfortable. It's confidence inspiring too, which is part of why I think I gotta really watch on this. It's kind of deceptive that way. Man, lots of cyclists riding up this hill today. I do not envy them. This is much better. Another thought about this, I think that if I had something that sat this tall again and went as fast as it did, which is faster than the trail, I think that I would want some sort of windscreen, like on the CRF 300 Rally. I think I would want something like that, just to get out of the wind a little bit, because I'm tall as it is, and then sitting on a tall bike puts me real far up there. And I mean, if you're moving at speed, you're gonna feel cold at some point. It's just a matter of when, more than if. I don't really know if it's like excitement or if I feel anxious, and that's why, but I've noticed that on this, in just the short time I've been riding this, I'm more engaged with the road and not what's around. Whereas on the CT, as it sits lower to the ground, it goes slower and it's less powerful, I know I'm within my limits, right? But this, I can get so outside of my limits so easily that I think it really draws my focus back to the road. And I don't know, that's not necessarily good or bad, but I don't necessarily know if I like that. I think the thing I enjoy most about the CT is that it's so small and really not powerful compared to this. But it's a heck of a lot of fun to ride, and it really, I mean, because of the speed and everything, it really forces you to engage with what's around. I don't know. I like this. But I sure like my CT too. I think if I was gonna get something bigger, I think that person definitely wanted to pull out in front of me. I think I'd probably get that CRF 300 Rally. I mean, I really like this, but I'd like to have those bells and whistles that the 300 Rally comes with. And I'm a loyal Honda boy. But this sure is a nice motorcycle. Well, I guess that's a wrap for today's ride. Thanks for joining me for another commute chat. Stay tuned. I'm going to have more videos coming out soon. Alright, everybody. Until next time, peace.